Hey, how you doing? Uh, well, it's nighttime in Aosia. People are asleep. I'm sure the sun's coming up soon. But up a little something over there. But I was sitting there listening to Ring of Fire. It's so late. I haven't even been asleep yet. Yes, conquering thought. Zero zero. If you're listening to this, I didn't go to sleep. Not after our discussion. Not all night. Yeah, it sucks to be in the position I'm in, but you know what? Use your time wisely. Get stuff done in the game. Think of some random stuff while you are watching random videos or pre-selected videos and watching Ring of Fire, talking about Joe Biden. I listen to Young Turks. They're talking about Joe Biden. Should he run? All this other stuff. Yada, 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 yada. All right, here's the thing. Uh, you've got Joe Biden versus Donald Trump. So let's see where the bar is, all right? Now, Joe Biden, come on now. Happy Joe. Everyone loves Joe. He's got the sympathy points because his son died of cancer. That sucks and it's terrible. I feel bad for him. I empathize, sympathize, great understanding. However, that has nothing to do if he's electable or not. And that's just the truth. That's the truth. So let's break this down. Joe Biden has a history of being very touchy feely with the women. Now look, granted, let's face facts. If you're a straight guy or if you're a lesbian, you see women pretty much as good, scrumptious, lovable, soft, beautiful things that just needs to be pleased and happy at all given times. But the problem is Joe just can't keep his hands off. It's like, look, those cookies look good. Leave them alone. Don't touch them. They're not yours. Joe's like, they mine. And that's just how it go. That's Joe. So, he keeps grabbing on women, touching them, getting too close, rubbing, nuzzling their noses, rubbing their hair, grabbing their shoulders, rubbing their hips. Joe just got to feel all up on a woman. All right. Now, would you really want that as president? He is, in all honesty, let's be fair. Joe Biden is very, very much the average American guy, except he's not going to go to prison for it. If I look at a girl too long, I'm going to prison. That's just it. Sexual harassment. I got to, register as some kind of sex offender and all this other stuff. And Joe Biden don't have to look. He can go up and just grope a woman. It's all good. It's all good, because he's got power. He's famous. He wears a suit. And he's old. And he's white. What you going to do about it? That's power. And when you know that stuff about yourself and you keep doing it because you know that, that's called abuse of power. So that's the bar, okay? That's one bar when it comes to this presidential run. Now you got Donald J. Trump. Now, Donald Trump, look, he said, and I quote, when you're famous, you can do a lot of things, get away with a lot of stuff. You grab him by the pussy. He said that. Now, he didn't say that he did, but it's easy to, hey, look, you can safely assume that he's done it. And after he said it, only then did women come out and say, he just grabbed me there. I'm like, oh my goodness, that's nasty. Yeah, okay, you should have said that when he was running. You don't wait until somebody's, already running and you're like, wait a minute, I could jump on this gravy train. I can jump on this bandwagon. I can get with the mob. No, don't. Have some dignity. Stand up for yourself. And when you stand up for yourself and they come after you, you hold strong. You hold with your convictions. Because think about this, okay? If this doesn't help you, if you're conservative, I don't know what will. Trump believes any and everything that Kim Jong-un will say, anything he says to defend himself, because he sounded like he really meant it. He sounded really serious about it, so I trust him. So, hey, if you've been groped or whatnot, and you want to stand up to somebody, and you want to report them or anything like that, just hold strong, have stalwart in your words, and make sure you don't change. And you're serious, because they'll take you serious and believe you without question. All right? Or you can just run out the street screaming rape. That'll work even faster. And make sure you say it's, you know, if you're a white woman, make sure you say it's a black man. And if you're a black woman, make sure you say it's your husband. That right there would get instant results. Now the cops are going to be mad when they show up and see that it's not that, but hey, at least they get there, right? And hope they don't murder somebody again. Now, this is all stemmed on Trump. I ain't getting off subject. No, this is all in Trump's camp. This is what's been going on. So Trump has, you know, he has basically allegedly, by reports, attempted rape on at least 3 women. He has molested over 13 or possibly more women. He has forced women to get abortions. He has fondled women countless times beyond the ones that are reported. Donald Trump gets into office and he's still doing the same thing. He says he's going to run the country, but all he's done is support the billionaires. And everyone suffers and everyone blames the Democrats. And now with the progressives on the scene, Trump don't know who to blame. So he just keeps doing his same old thing and is attacking the media. All the media is claimed to be left-leaning media except Fox News, but when they defend a liberal, or if they defend a progressive, or if they say the truth, you know, which is all the same thing, then they're considered left immediately, wholeheartedly left. This is the stupidity of people. This is important. This is important to the topic. Trump is a bar, and that bar is low. Now, I'm going to say this. Some say, look, he's not like some of the former presidents that committed mass genocide and treachery to get that genocide and then turn on the ones that they sent out to commit said genocide, only to commit another genocide. No. You know, a lot of people say that. No. Trump's just as bad because he's just started multiple wars, and you can't have war without murder. So in the name of the United States and our government and fighting for our freedom, people go and murder other people to make sure that we get the oil. Just saying. That's what's going on. You know, I'm keeping it real. So, with the bar set as low as Trump, which is not as bad as certain genocides, but it's getting there. You know, I'm just saying it's getting there. Here's what's up. Joe Biden is like 10 levels above that. Because he's just touchy-feely. He ain't raping. He's not forcing abortions that we know of. You know, as I said, that we know of. He's not doing all that. However, Joe Biden is, he's white. He's Christian or whatnot. He's old. He's in a suit. He's worked alongside Obama, and black people love Obama, no matter how jacked up he was. And because that he worked with Obama, black people say Joe Biden's got a foot in the door. And a lot of people say that Joe Biden's got a foot in the door. A lot of elderly senior people are going to vote. They're going to vote for Trump or Joe. And here's the problem with that. Why? I mean, just think about it. Talk to your parents or whatnot that you think are going to vote for Joe Biden or anything like that. See, now listen, Bernie Sanders, hey, he's white. He's old. He's in a suit. But he's not in the center like Joe Biden. See? He's not in the center like Joe. Joe Biden is like, look, I'm a Democrat because that's what I'm registered as. But let's work with our Republican friends and help them get these tax write-offs, and let's help them, lower taxes and deregulate and stuff. That's what Joe is for. Joe is also for the war. And you might say, well, that's a turnoff. That's not cool. If you think that's not cool, think about the Republicans that's gonna vote for Trump. That's got to be downright abysmal, wouldn't you say? And think about Bernie Sanders. He wants to end the wars. He wants to make sure that you all get $15 an hour. He wants to make sure that there's health care, Medicare, or whatnot for everyone. He would like free college. He would like to make sure that people can grow and prosper. He would like to do anything like that, all that positive stuff. However, his bar is high. His standards are high. And don't forget this. This is important. Okay, this is important. Now, I ain't trying to be racist, because I ain't. I'm not going to be racist, because I'm not. But I'm going to say this. He's Jewish. You got to think about that. So you know what that means, right? The great replacement people, they're not going to vote for him. A lot of black people won't vote for him just because of that. You know? Come on, the great replacement, that's also the white supremacist group and all that. They're not going to vote for him. So who's going to vote for him? It would have to be people that are not racist. It would have to be people that, you know, they're not ageist. They're just, you know, are you the right candidate? And yet, here's the problem I have. Although the bar is set real high because of Bernie Sanders, because people are like, oh, we screwed up the first time, let's make it right. Here's the issue. Here's the issue. Bernie Sanders hasn't picked a VP yet. We got 2 years. I get that. I get that. But remember what I said before. The problem isn't Bernie Sanders. The problem is that everyone puts everything of themselves into Bernie Sanders. There's no other Bernie Sanders. Is there a younger version of Bernie Sanders? Is there some 25, 35, 45-year-old Bernie Sanders like person? Not liked, like person. You got to be at minimum Bernie Sanders like or higher. That's going to run with him, because a vice president would be good to learn everything that's going in and out and how to do the dealings and listen into the meetings and understand this, get their message out, because the vice president used to have power. And the vice president is that person that if something befalls the reigning president of the United States, they will take over. And you want a vice president going to take over that is very close to what you are. So what is needed is we need Bernie Sanders. All right. He got high standards, but that bar is slipping. Because it's just because him not having a VP right now, at least an option, an idea of who he would like, you know, it's just waiting. It's like a disaster waiting. You can't go like you did last time. None of us can. Bernie Sanders wasn't picking a VP. Nobody was trying to be his VP. And that's all because of so much corruption in the DNC. And right now, without picking a VP, because I'm running for president, but I have no one to back me up. How you go into a fight against, you know, hundreds of people and not even have one person at your side that's going to help you take them on, or at least be backup? Come on. This is the country. It's not a game. People live and die based on who becomes president. And we need somebody that's going to be there that says, I know who I'm picking. I know who's going to be at my side. I know if anything happens to me, this person is going to do what is right in my absence. Whether it's, you know, temporary, indefinite, or permanent. Either case, we need another egg in this basket. You know, that's how it is going. So I want y'all to think about that. Trump is a real low bar. Joe Biden ain't that far above him, just about 10 ranks above. You know, that's where Joe Biden is. Bernie Sanders, his bar is like 30 above that. His bar is where it should have been all along. At the minimum is where Bernie Sanders, that's what we should have been striving for. Bernie Sanders is the legit minimum of what we all should have been striving for in this country. We've got one life, and I keep saying this, we've got one life. Vote as if that vote means your life depends on it. Because in all honesty, with all the police killing people, with all other people starting to kill people, police are killing more people than other people. With car manufacturers and companies deregulating and more damage happening and car crashes, accidents, manufacturers failing, shooting pig slop and crap and urine into neighboring yards, contaminated water of lead, methane, and all other things. with global warming on the rise, where flooding is going to be probably record highs this year, along with stronger tornadoes and hurricanes, your life does depend on it. It does. Because right now, no matter what bad happens to you, if you go to the hospital, can you afford it? Because right now, the hospital is almost getting to the point of, do you have access? You can have access to get help. And if anyone uses access, don't vote for them. That's just simple as that. We don't want access. It's a right to live. It's a right to be healthy. It's a right to sustain yourself in this country. It's a right to live your life positively. That is it. It is a right to live who you are, what you do. If you aren't hurting anybody mentally, physically, or financially, if you're not being malicious, it's fine. Accidents happen, but malicious, that means you set out to do it. And the way this president is, the way this Congress is, the way our centrist Democrats and Republicans are, it's all intentional. It's all malicious. And the only way we can shield ourselves is to vote properly. And Bernie Sanders is the minimum. All right? Keep that in mind. You make sure you use Bernie Sanders as the bar. Bernie Sanders should be the lowest bar. As great as he is, in your mind, you should set him as the lowest bar. Anything lower isn't even worth your time. Just keep that in mind. It ain't who you vote for, but it's why you vote for him that matters. This is Cedric Kennedy for Comparative Reasoning. Thank you for listening.